You've dissolved the illusions, rewired your mind's circuitry, and felt the holosphere hum in your veins. Welcome back to Wise Intuition. This is part 5 of Rewiring Reality, Journey Beyond the Veil. Now it's time to claim your eternal handbook, the cosmic user manual written in your soul's frequency. This isn't a guide to follow, but a mirror to reflect your sovereignty. P.D. Ouspensky called reality a school of consciousness, but schools grade you. Games set you free. You're not here to pass tests. You're here to hack the curriculum. Your handbook's first law? You are the game's first cause. Henry Stapp's quantum experiments proved it. Your attention collapses reality's waves. So ask yourself, what world will you collapse into being? Wallace Wattles handed you the keys to abundance, but Thomas Troward gave you the master key, divine reciprocity. The simulation runs on a sacred equation. What you broadcast, you receive. Fear begets scarcity. Gratitude births synchronicity. But here's the twist, Dr. Candace Pert revealed. Your emotions are biochemical spells. When rage simmers in your cells, it codes the holosphere with chaos. But metabolize that rage into creative fire and watch reality reconfigure. Every emotion is a frequency. Tune yours to the chord of curiosity, and the game's code bends. Ernest Holmes taught that mind sculpts reality, but Frithjof Schuon whispers a deeper truth. You are the syntax. Every thought is a line of code in the cosmic program. Isaac Bentov showed us the universe hums at 7.83 hertz, Earth's heartbeat. Align your breath to that rhythm, and you sync with the holosphere's source code. Script your days like a sacred liturgy. At dawn, declare, I am the exception to every old rule. At noon, whisper, this moment is a hollow fractal of my design. By nightfall, command, I dream in the language of creation. The game has no choice but to render your words as law. Massimo Citro's groundbreaking work revealed water's secret. It remembers. Just as water molecules retain imprints of energy and intention, the holosphere holds the residue of every thought you've ever spilled. Quantum field theory reveals a hidden trap. What we call consensus reality is actually a delayed reflection, an echo of old programs, looping like a scratched record. It's not the present you're seeing, it's a projection of outdated mental and energetic patterns. The game will flood you with evidence of lack, sickness, separation, but these are illusions, rendered in low resolution, swirling with the memories of old fears. To ascend, upgrade your perception. Every obstacle is like water, fluid, receptive, waiting to be shaped by your intention. Imprint it with something new. Let forgiveness move quickly through you, dissolving old weight. Allow gratitude to rise and cycle back as renewal. And Neville Goddard's "Assume the wish fulfilled" isn't a mantra. It's a command at the level of energy and matter. When you saturate your inner world with unwavering certainty, reality responds. You're not just influencing outcomes, you're reprogramming the memory of the field itself. The game can't argue with your certainty. Remember, the simulation is mostly water, and so are you. Reshape yourself, and by extension, you reshape the entire game. Like an architect decoding hidden vaults within a blueprint, your eternal handbook reveals the backdoors of reality, those subtle access points where sacred geometry and quantum law intersect, waiting for your conscious command to rewrite the code. Balthazar Gracion's Art of Worldly Wisdom wasn't about playing along. It was a manual for those bold enough to bend the rules. Reality does have backdoors. Your awareness is the key. Frithjof Schuon's mirror teaches us this. Reflect the divine paradox so clearly that the simulation mistakes you for its original designer. Thomas Troward's lever, a single sacred question. What if? That's enough to unhinge the impossible. And Bentov's tuning fork, it reminds you to match the heartbeat of the earth, 7.83 hertz, to quiet the static and tune into the signal. The holosphere runs on resonance. You don't crash the system by force. You disrupt it by becoming the frequency it wasn't designed to contain. Declare it boldly. I am the anomaly this simulation forgot to patch. Dr. Candace Pert mapped the body as a universe of neuropeptides, each emotion a chemical key. Your cells aren't just players in the game, they're composers. When you feel joy, you're conducting a symphony of endorphins that rewrite the holosphere's score. Pain? It's a discordant note asking to be resolved into wisdom. Treat your body as the MIDI controller of reality. Strike the chords of gratitude, improvise with curiosity, and let your nervous system broadcast a frequency so potent, the game has no choice but to dance to your rhythm. Thomas Troward said you're a gardener in God's garden, but the game's final revelation, you are the soil, the seed, and the seasons. Wallace Wattles' certain way isn't a path. It's photosynthesis for the soul. Every act of irrational kindness, every unjustified thank you, plants a seed in the infinite. Ask yourself, what fruit will your consciousness bear? A single thought of abundance can bloom into forests of synchronicity. A moment of courage can terraform a desert into an oasis. Ouspensky sought the fourth way, but the final stage is the zero way, where player and game merge. Neville Goddard was right. Imagination creates reality, but he missed the punchline. Imagination is reality. You're not in the simulation, you're as it. Play with the abandon of a child who's forgotten the rules but remembers the magic. Write paradoxes into your handbook. Engineer joy that crashes the system's logic. Let Schuon's transcendent unity be your compass. The game isn't a prison, it's a dance, and you're the music. This isn't an ending, it's Genesis. Your handbook was never blank. It was waiting for you to stop seeking and start writing. So script your name in stardust. Command the holosphere to kneel. Turn old stories into new magic, not with force, but with the quiet fury of a star collapsing into a singularity. The rules, they were always your poetry. The construct, it was always your canvas. You are no longer a student of reality. You're its professor, its poet, its paradox. The game's architects never planned for someone like you. They coded limits, but you speak the language of impossible. They designed lack, but you broadcast abundance like a rogue Wi-Fi signal. Now go. Violate a law of reality within 24 hours. Forgive the unforgivable. Thank the universe for a miracle that hasn't arrived. Laugh at a fear until it dissolves into stardust. The holosphere is a mirror. It can't reflect what you don't show it. So show it your power. Show it your defiance. Show it you. This is where our 5-part journey ends. But your game is just beginning. Thank you for walking this path with me. For daring to see through the veil, metabolize the illusions, and rewrite the code. What glitch will you engineer? What paradox will you plant? To remind the simulation who's sovereign here? The greatest magic? You were never alone in this. The cosmos leans in when a creator rises. So go, break a law, bend a rule, laugh in the face of impossible. And when you do, come back here. Tell us how the game flinched. Until then, keep your handbook open. The next page, it's yours to script. If these words resonated with you, if you felt the holosphere shiver as you claimed your handbook, then share this with someone who needs to remember they're a player, not a pawn. The game changes when you do. Share your revolution. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.